Hello everyone and welcome to the first edition of the K&M Mercury. I know everyone used to enjoy the Martins Hill Mercury, so we thought we'd revive it. Thought we'd start with a little bit retrospective as to what we've been up to over the last, 18 months it is now, since Dave and I went into partnership. Little bit to start with on the first season. We took out the licence, autumn 2023, so we had a 6-7 month season. Bit of a slow start, we kept hitting the crossbar, but once we got that first winner with Moonshine, no looking back. 13 winners over jumps that year, 4 on the flat, 150,000 in prize money. A couple of highlights for me. Well, Sunday Soldier winning 5 on the bounce it was in the end, was an absolute thrill. She finished that season winning the Lady Buttons final up at Musselburgh, off a mark, £40 odd higher than when she'd started, and she just got better and better as the year went on. A little bit more about her later as well. Marble Sands, 2 really nice wins in novice handicap chases, both in Scotland, Ayr and Musselburgh. He's proved this year he goes on a undulating track as well, but those 2 were proper flat track races. And then obviously Moonshine, last season wouldn't be complete without a mention for him. He gave us our first winner in a bumper under a penalty, and he also gave us our first black type as well, when he was placed in a listed bumper around Cheltenham, and he's gone on to be a really nice horse for us. So turning to this season, first full season, here we are in February, still 2.5 months to go. We've had 19 winners so far at a strike rate of 18%. We set ourselves a target at the beginning of the year. We thought, well, 15 is really the target. If we could get to 20, that would be a really nice first full season. And fingers crossed, we're not going to be too far away from that. If we could get to 2025, that would be lovely. Just shy of £250,000 in prize money as well. One of the things I really like though is that those winners have been spread across a whole range of horses. There's 15 winners in the yard, and that's a winners to run a strike rate of over 50%, which I think puts us bang up there with the best around, and I'm really pleased with that. It shows that if a horse is capable of winning, then hopefully we can get it into the winners' enclosure. Again, a few highlights. I'll start with a couple of personal highlights. They're not necessarily high-profile horses, but they're winners that have given me real pleasure. Go Chicago. He was always a nice horse. Always a little bit tricky to train, very fragile, took us a long time to get him to the track, and to see him win on debut when we finally got him there was a real thrill. A View to Sea, retired now, but won on his last start, first time he'd been back in the winners' enclosure for a good while before that, and he won on his last start for us at Stratford this season, and that was a real lump in throat moment. And Sister Michael, owned by a group of lovely local owners, and to see him win at Warwick for them, their local track, was a real thrill as well. Moving to perhaps some of the more obvious names that you might know a little bit better. I said I'd come back to Sunday Soldier. She has gone on from last year and carried on the good work. The highlight has to be when she picked up black type when she finished second in the listed mares hurdle at Warwick a couple of weeks ago. That was an absolutely cracking run from her, and a super ride from Richie that day as well. Really thrilled. The breeder obviously is delighted as well. The dam has now bred 3 runners. They've all won, and 2 of them have got black type, so that's a really nice family. Marble Sands again. Started this year over jumps by winning the Colin Parker listed race up at Carlisle. We'd had that race very much in mind since the end of last season. Conditions of the race just looked to be perfect for him. We prayed that the ground would be right, and so it was. Keelan rode him that day. Gave him a super ride, got to the front just before the last, and never looked back. So that was lovely. He deserved a good win in a good race, and thrilled that. And actually, he's built on that really nicely. He's finished 3rd and 2nd in 2 Grade 3s since then. He's still got some good prospects, and we're absolutely convinced he's got a really nice handicap in him. So he's one that is always a delight to have in the yard. So then, yes, Yellow Car. No season review would be complete without a good mention of him. It's bizarre that this time last year we were scratching our heads, wondering what to do with him. He wasn't showing us an awful lot at home, so we ran him in a point-to-point down at Lark Hill. Toby McCain-Mitchell rode him, gave us positive noises when he got off him and said, yeah, he'll win a maiden. Went to Kingston Blount and he won it really, really well. And then we ran out of time for the point-to-point season. Otherwise, I suspect we probably would have looked to carry on going down that route. Switched him to under rules. He won a maiden hurdle, he won a novice hurdle, and he won them both really well. We gave him a little break. Plan was to go for the French Furs. Graeme was a bit quick that day, so we diverted him to Doncaster, where really over 2.5 miles he was just taken off his legs. But we switched him back to 3 miles, finished third in the Albert Bartlett trial at Cheltenham before Christmas, picking up a bit of black type. We thought, well, the River Don's the place to go with him. Hand on heart, didn't expect him to win it going there, but Nick Slatter gave him an absolutely brilliant ride. Got up on the line, and then we kept it in the steward's room. So that was an absolute thrill. That was our first Grade 2 winner. Fingers crossed we can build on that, and God, wouldn't it be lovely to have a Grade 1 with it? Grade 1 winner with him.
Yeah, I get the pot. He's a bit hit and miss sometimes, but he's had his few issues over the last few months, and obviously with the other day, the way he ran, hopefully those issues are behind him now, and we can start a spring-summer campaign with him and he can keep going forward. Moonshine was good the other day. He was just one of those, probably hit the front a bit too soon, and he's got his own ideas. He's not the easiest, so he's not the easiest. Like, you can watch him back in all his bumper runs. He's won left-handed twice and he's hung right. We went over hurdles with him to Kempton to go right-handed and he hung left. So look, he's a horse that's got a lot of ability, and look, can't wait to get him back out again soon. He is a nice horse, so he is. A bit disappointing with yesterday. We'll see what comes to light. Look, at his bumper form has been very good, with being 5 lengths behind the New Lion first time out in a bumper, and we thought we were going there to win our bumper the first day. So we're just unlucky to bump into a very, very good one. But yeah, no, look, put a line through yesterday, and we'll be back fighting again in a couple of weeks. Yeah, he's got one tomorrow at Southwell. Look, it seems the right race. Musselburgh was just a bit of a disaster, as in that he found it was just a bit out of his comfort zone the whole way around. But look, he's come back, he's fresh and well, and we'll see what happens. Ricola Vogue's in at Wetherby next week. Obviously she was in at Doncaster a few weeks back before it was abandoned. Look, she's a lovely filly. She needs no introduction at all. She's won a bumper, placed in both her bumpers, then won one, and she's won over hurdles. She's a lovely, straightforward filly. So we'll go there and we'll take our chances and see. I'd say the end goal will probably be Musselburgh, all going well, to the Lady Buttons, and we'll see how we get on. Won that last year, yeah, so look, it'd be nice to win it back-to-back, wouldn't it? But it doesn't always happen like that. Moonshine's in at Kelso. Look, he seems to have come out of the other day fresh and well. We'll get him back cantering there tomorrow, and we'll go from there. You know, if it's a thing that Ludlow hasn't taken much out of him, which I don't think it has, we might take our chances, we might not. It'll depend on. I'm actually looking forward to Yellow Car, to be honest, because like, he's won, and I'll always say it, he doesn't do a stroke at home. Not a stroke. He did a piece of work there the other day with one of the young horses, the 4-year-olds, and like, it was probably the easiest piece of work you'd ever do with a horse. And that's, like, it's less is more with him. You know, the less you do with him, the better he is, leaving there fresh and well. He's got an unbelievable attitude. So yeah, looking forward to him running. Marble Sands, same as well. Look, he just happened a bit quick for him around Musselburgh. He ran well New Year's Day around there, so fingers crossed he could go back and do the same.
A couple of youngsters that have really impressed us this year, a couple that you'll be seeing out fairly soon. Amelia's Star has had 2 runs so far, second at Wetherby on debut in a bumper, then won a Newcastle bumper really well. Her target is the Graded Mares bumper at Aintree in April. She's a nice one. And then one to look out for, hasn't raced yet but will be out fairly soon, Granite Sands. He's a Goliath de Burley half-brother to Marble Sands. He's only 4. We really like him, and we think hopefully he's got a nice future. So keep an eye out for him and that name. He's shown plenty at home, you know, he's a nice young horse. He's not overly big, but he's got an unbelievable attitude. So look, we'll be looking to get him out in the next couple of weeks as well. There is a few nice ones coming out. We've got Driftwood Bounty,
He finished 3rd at Newcastle a while back. He came out of that really well. We just gave him a quick break just to freshen him up and get him going again. He's quite a light type, but he's come back from that break unbelievably well. So look, he'll be running the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll map something out for him. He's going very well. But a lot of young horses there. There's a lot of nice young 4-year-olds that have just turned 4. They're tipping away, doing some easy bits of work, and we'll find out in the next few weeks who will be cracking on over the spring, summer, and who won't be. It's one of those, if you can just be consistent in here, you know, like I think we had 13 or 14 winners last year over jumps. You know, we'll have to hopefully up into the 20s this year and just keep building on that, and that's the main thing.